The ant's body, secrets of a giant in the tiny world. Have you ever watched a long line of ants marching back and forth, carrying food many times their size, and wondered, how can such tiny creatures be so busy and disciplined all the time? Ants are among the most familiar animals in our daily lives, so familiar that we often overlook them. Yet hidden inside their miniature bodies lies an entire world of wonders, from Wi-Fi antennas, double stomachs designed for food sharing, to super strength that lets them lift objects dozens of times their own weight. In this essay, let's take a closer look at the fascinating design of the ant's body. You may discover that, despite their size, ants are anything but ordinary. 1. Tiny body, but surprisingly cool. One of the most striking things about an ant is its exterior. Unlike humans and other vertebrates, ants possess an exoskeleton made of chitin, a lightweight, water-resistant, yet durable material. Think of it as a miniature Iron Man suit, designed not only to protect, but also to prevent them from drying out under the hot sun. The ant's body is divided into 3 distinct parts. Head, home to the antennae, compound eyes, and strong mandibles. Thorax, where 6 powerful legs are attached, allowing them to climb walls, trees, and occasionally your dinner table without slipping. Abdomen, containing internal organs and pheromone glands, the language of smell that keeps the colony connected. Some species even carry extra weapons, such as stingers or the ability to spray formic acid for defense. Small as they may seem, ants are armed and ready for action. 2. Eyes and antennae, the multifunctional radar. If you think ants see the world the way we do, think again. Their compound eyes consist of hundreds of tiny lenses. While this doesn't give them sharp detail, it allows them to detect movement extremely well. Imagine watching life as a pixelated video. It might not be high definition, but you'd never miss anything moving around you. In addition, many ants have ocelli, simple eyes, to help distinguish light from dark and navigate by the sun. But the real superstar of the ant's sensory world is the antenna. Ants use these not only to smell, but also to talk, exchange signals, and follow chemical trails. If humans rely on smartphones to stay connected, ants simply wave their antennae. Think of them as portable, highly sensitive Wi-Fi routers, always on, always connected. 3. Mandibles, the Swiss Army knife of ants. An ant's mandibles are more than just chewing tools. They function as pliers to carry food, as weapons in battle, and as construction tools when digging nests. In some soldier ants, the mandibles are so oversized they resemble living bulldozers, impressive, a little scary, and extremely effective. 4. The double stomach, a social secret. Perhaps the most remarkable feature of the ant's body lies in its 2 stomachs. A personal stomach used for digestion, a social stomach used to store food for the colony. Through a behavior called trophallaxis, ants can transfer food mouth to mouth. While this might sound a little too intimate for us, it's the secret to their collective survival. One ant finds a delicious meal, and instead of keeping it to itself, it deposits the food into the social bank, redistributing it among the colony. A welfare system, ant style. 5. Nervous system, tiny but brilliant. An ant's brain is about the size of a grain of sand, yet it contains around 250,000 neurons. That number is minuscule compared to the human brain's 86 billion, but it's more than enough for ants to learn, remember routes, recognize smells, and coordinate with others. Think of the precision. Thousands of ants moving along a narrow trail, rarely colliding, always knowing where to go. Their nervous system may be small, but it turns the colony into an incredibly well-coordinated living machine. 6. Super strength, nature's weightlifters. Here's one of the ants' most famous superpowers. They can lift 10 to 50 times their own body weight. If humans had the same ratio, a 60-kilogram person could casually hoist a car over their shoulders and stroll away. This power comes from the physics of small scale. The smaller the creature, the more efficiently its muscles work relative to its body size. That's why ants are, quite literally, nature's miniature superheroes. 7. Society in miniature. The superorganism. What makes ants extraordinary isn't just their individual bodies, but their ability to function as a superorganism. A colony, which can number in the millions, operates like one giant body made up of countless tiny cells, each ant playing a role. Within the colony, the queen, the sole reproductive powerhouse, sometimes living decades. Workers, tending to larvae, foraging for food, and maintaining the nest. Soldiers, defending the nest with fierce mandibles or stings. Together, they communicate through pheromones, sound, and touch. A single ant may seem ordinary, but a colony becomes a collective brain, organized, efficient, and unstoppable. 8. Biological weapons, deadly tools of defense. Some ants are equipped with biological weapons that sound like science fiction. African soldier ants have jaws so strong that local tribes once used them as natural stitches for wounds. Formic acid spraying ants can repel predators with chemical warfare. Some species even explode their own bodies, releasing sticky, toxic fluids to defend the colony, a kamikaze defense strategy written into their biology. Small bodies, yes, but with big, sometimes shocking, defense systems. Conclusion: from their tough chitin armor to their Wi-Fi antennae, double stomachs, super strength, and sophisticated societies, ants prove that greatness isn't about size. Their bodies are masterpieces of efficiency, resilience, and cooperation. So next time you see an ant struggling, but determinedly dragging a crumb far bigger than itself, pause for a moment. In that tiny creature lies a story of evolution's brilliance, teamwork's power, and nature's endless creativity. Truly, ants are giants, just living in a miniature world.